little bit of compression going on there. Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. I mean, it's a golf hat, so like the top of the head's still out, so we still got the fro.
Right.
But just like the sides of it are a little bit matted in.
Wears it well. Wears it well. I don't think I could pull off a golf hat.
Oh,
to
definitely.
Be honest. Not everyone
Jinx
is
has the
worthy
best-
of the golf hat.
I think Jinx has the best sense of fashion in the entire AZ scene.
To be honest,
I don't
yeah,
think that's a hot take.
If there was a drip tier list for Arizona Smash, Jinx would be S tier. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Who would be directly behind Jinx though is the question. Like it's a fight for second place.
It
as,
is a fight for second
most,
place.
Most
And
pure Smash events are.
yeah, I know we were having a little bit of issues with the stream, but if we do have that up and running again, I want to see what Chad has to say about that. Oh, never mind. It looks like the stream died. We're trying to fix it. There was something wrong with the stream. Actually, I'm gonna refresh it just in case. Okay, the stream is back up. Yeah. So with that said,
3, 2, 1, go!
yeah. With that said, we're gonna be going into winners quarters. You said it was winners quarters that we're getting, right? Oh no, winners semifinals. That's right. That's right. Our first
so
match
this
of
is-
top 8 is happening right now.
Yep, and this is Rensley versus Schroeder, and you know Rensley, gotta be real with you, one of the Krupp brothers, but this is a game plan we are all too familiar with Schroeder being able to figure out.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I feel like I remember Schroeder saying that he had beaten 3 of the Krupp brothers with Kazuya. Amongst other characters that he has gone up against. And I don't know which character Rensley had gone, whether it was Ike or Ganon, but it looks like right now Schroeder definitely does seem to have quite the DL on the neutral, despite the SD that just happened there.
Right, right. I wouldn't say it was a strict SD. I'd say it was more of Rensley doing a really good job of babysitting the ledge and making it really scary for Schroeder to come back.
I see. Okay, a little bit of offstage intimidation, I guess.
Right, right. Well, it's Ganon. If he hits you with anything, you're in trouble.
Oh,
Did
yeah!
he?
And we saw 2 examples of
And
that
he makes
in a
it
row.
back.
Yeah, we saw 2 examples of that in a row. 2 devastating hits. F smash at the platform in a down air off stage to close out the second stock and put Schroeder on the last legs for this first game here that we have on Winter Semis.
Yeah, here's the thing about the Krupp brothers. They might all play the same character, but it definitely isn't the same Ganon.
Oh yeah, definitely not the same Ganon. They each got their own DNA on each of those Ganondorfs.
Yeah, it's cool. Like the Krupp brothers, they seem like a very interesting clan to speak to, I would say.
Oh yeah, they're cool dudes for sure. They all definitely got their own exactly like just like their Ganons, each play differently. They each got their own personalities. They're all good chemistry.
Definitely, I gotta believe it. And already we're seeing Rensley very close to taking the first match of the set off of Schroeder's Kazuya.
Oh,
and there it is, the
yeah.
Ganondorf kiss.
Going in to catch the neutral B off stage. Try to use it as a recovery method, I feel like, delaying his recovery if only a little bit. Right there as we're... Oh wait, no, it's actually right here. There it is. Boom, tries to delay the recovery.
Up here.
Yeah, calls it out. Nice stuff.
Stop the battle!
Really good work from Rensley. Rocking the Pizza Hut drip.
The Pizza Hut drip, bro. You like to see it. Does he work at Pizza Hut?
I don't think I don't think he would wear a Pizza Hut shirt there if he worked for them.
Go!
I don't know. I don't even know like what their uniforms look like. I wouldn't doubt if it's just like a Pizza Hut t-shirt or something.
It's probably just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I really wish they had messed up hats though. Like, that'd be funny.
That's
But we are seeing a ton of abuse early on from Rensley, but Schroeder answers right back, tit for tat. Both these players and characters are super bruisers.
Oh, they definitely are, and that percent is definitely doing a great job at demonstrating that right now. But hey, check out that offstage gameplay. Both players are still able to make it back on. But here's the down B once again. Going to be piling on a lot of percentage, like you keep pointing out, and there we go. We got our forward air offstage from Schroeder on the close of the first stock in his favor. But that up B from Rensley is going to be putting it in the bad spot, and the forward air to follow up is tying up the stock count once again, and both players are back to square one.
These stocks are flying like fish at a salmon market in the city of Seattle. And we almost saw Schroeder lose another one just there.
That's right. Yeah, we almost saw him lose another one there, but here we go. Awesome stream back from Schroeder. Gets interrupted by Rensley's well-spaced back here. We now have him pulling out in front.
I gotta say, Rensley is a super solid Ganon. His spacing, fundies, and footsies are super, super crucial to his game plan. So this edge guarding from Schroeder has proven to be a little bit too much, and it is an even game once again.
Awesome edge guarding there from Schroeder, tying up the stock count once again. And we're gonna have to see if we can pull out this good job backdashing away from the wizard foot and even getting a solid 51% off of it.
I mean, we've seen the Krupp brothers Ganons prove to be no issue for Schroeder to deal with, but right now Rensley making it tricky, but you know, one mistake is all it can really take to bring the cameras back. And we are seeing Rensley dropping a game, unfortunately. A game that he was in the lead for.
Yeah, was definitely trying to close it out in a similar fashion to what we saw in the first game, as you can see right here. And unfortunately, Schroeder was just a little bit quicker on his recovery to where he had those items. He didn't have to worry about it.
Just a little bit late, but it's alright. If that doesn't kill Rensley's momentum, I'm definitely expecting this set to go the rest of the distance.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking so too. Okay, here we are. We got our 1-1 tied game count right now. So already we have Schroeder going for a couple of string attempts right here, but gets interrupted by that down B, and we're now finding each other, pushing each other off the ledge, but only to find ourselves back on. And this is kind of a back and forth right now on the right side of the stage, just back to center.
Rensley's spacing is such that it really forces Schroeder to get up super close, and the way that Rensley plays Ganon, it's more of a grappler than anything else.
Oh my goodness, and there you go, that grand, what is it, the Grand Dragon thing?
I think it's the Grand Dragon uppercut.
Grand Dragon uppercut. Solid catch there from Schroeder on to take the first stock, and here we go, forward throw to the ledge, and he's waiting for the get up option. He even calls out the jump option with that down B. And now we have Rensley already at 80%, going on to 99. And now onto the triple digits as he's finding himself off stage here still, but manages to find himself back on.
Right now it is looking like it is all Schroeder. Rensley in a very precarious situation off stage, but that up smash is going to be landing in his favor. That is the breathing room he needs, but an Oni kick to answer right back from Schroeder.
Yeah, really strong finish there. There we go.
Yeah, and wait, what move did we want to know what it was called? Oh, the yeah, okay, it's just the Dragon Uppercut.
Oh, it's just Dragon Uppercut. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll call it the Grand Dragon Uppercut because that sounds cooler.
Yeah, we got that Dragon Uppercut once again here, almost closing out the stock. Excellent tech though from Rensley to keep himself in the game on that back here, but there it is again. We got like 3 of those in one game. So very strong options.
Oh yeah, it's wicked powerful. It's a good thing to just do raw.
Yeah, it looks like it has iframes if I caught that right.
It does. It has a lot of intangibility. It has upper body intangibility on startup.
Oh, I see.
And on top of that, it also has like full body intangibility as the move gets started up.
Very interesting here. So definitely Schroeder showing off his knowledge on that last stock of the character to be able to push it into his advantage. But here we are once again. Everything is going to be run back here in this game for as the only thing that really seems to have changed is Schroeder's ult.
Yeah, Schroeder definitely likes to mix up the skins a little bit. You know, keeps things fresh for him a little bit. Rensley trying to do a good job of outspacing Schroeder. But it definitely seems like it is too little too late, as Schroeder has definitely gotten a read on his Ganon. He has to jump an air dodge just to try to make it back, but unfortunately for him, they are just a little too far away.
Yeah, looking like he's just not going to be able to make it that time. And here we are, Schroeder not wasting time on the second stock here, already getting a solid 38%. Very carefully spacing out the neutral so they can get some extra damage as well.
Yeah, nice down smash to take Schroeder from just in front of him to behind him and then get that kill a lot earlier. But right now, this combo damage is starting to add up, and Rensley already on 90%, and he's dead.
Oh yeah, really solid finisher there. It seems like Schroeder's definitely
Spinning
taking
dragon to
advantage
left
of
hook.
these, yeah, he's definitely taking advantage of these platforms to get extra damage. It's looking like.
Right, and that's a really powerful thing about Wind God Fist and Electric Wind God Fist, is that if you land on a platform, it's very weird to tech because you're in hit stun for so long after both of those attacks.
Oh yeah, very elongated hit stun, of course. But there we go, solid finisher from Rensley here to tie up the stock count. But at 97%, it's definitely starting to look like Rensley is on his ropes for his winner's run.
Yeah, definitely, and Schroeder's trying to put an exclamation mark on it. It's the only kick again, but there is the laser. And that's the set going in favor of Schroeder, but you gotta wonder how different that could have been if we didn't see the SD in game 2.
Oh yeah, things definitely could have shaken up quite a bit. But you know, always more room for improvement. And as for Schroeder, great job finishing it out once again on the Kazuya pick. It's definitely a pick that has been working out very well for him, it seems.
But anyway, chat, our next set in winners top 8 is going to be Felix versus Frost. It will be an SAK team kill.
Yeah, SAK versus SAK in the other end of winner semifinals. You said that Frost had been on stream earlier. What character was he going?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
they weren't on stream earlier.
Oh, okay. So you were saying that Felix was playing Sephiroth against Yamadafu, but you said that it was Sakum who had taken the game on Frost. Is that correct?
Yeah, they beat Storm on stream, but they didn't play Frost on stream.
Oh,
they didn't
I
take a
see.
game.
Okay. All right, now I understand. But it does look like Frost and Felix are both going to be on stream here now, and in winner semifinals this late in the bracket. That sounds about right. What did you say? This seems like
I mean, these are
appropriate
the
time.
consummate winners.
Exactly. Actually, now that I think about it, I do want to see what their second is against one another before we jump into this. Let me go ahead and pull up.
Yeah,
that
go ahead and look
information.
that up. I mean, it's got to be extensive.
Right, I can only imagine because I was thinking this is definitely far from the first time they played each other. I know that for a fact.
Right. I'm just looking at all of the names for Kazuya's attacks right now.
Oh, right, it is a list for sure. So yeah, from what I'm looking at, it looks like the set count for Frost and Felix is 8-6 in favor of Frost. 8-6 in favor of Frost for the set count on one another. Yeah, that is interesting. It looks like a couple of notable tournaments where Felix had come out on top of Frost was at Almost Ascension, Ultimate Singles was winner semifinals, which is kind of funny because that's exactly what we're running right now.
Stop battle.
And yeah, it looks like a lot of other face-offs, like for example in grand finals of like some of the smaller pilot programs, things like that as well. So they have definitely gone head-to-head a number of times. We'll have to see how this one plays out tonight.
So anyway, they're going to get right into this thing. Felix opting for the Joker this evening.
Yeah, quite an interesting pick. They do know for a fact that Frost does have a Joker, but it has been a hot minute since I've seen him on this character pick. So I'm kind of curious as to what the reason might be for the pick, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been seeing Felix strictly play their main Fox for a while, actually. I mean, they've been opting more for experience with the Min-Min, the Sephiroth tonight we saw before, and now the Joker.
Yeah.
So I think Felix is probably trying to self-impose a little bit of challenge on them, or it could potentially just be the fact that they want to learn the character because they're very good.
Oh yeah, that could definitely be a valuable reason as well. I don't know, I just, and I'm talking from personal experience here because Felix ended up being my round 2 opponent at SmashGG, and that man went straight Fox against me, so I'm a little bit interested to see the Joker being played here all the way up in winter semifinals.
Well, look, regionals and majors are one thing.
Right.
Weeklies are another thing. You have a little bit of wiggle room to experiment in weeklies. It's the big big events that accumulate huge masses of people and have that really prestigious prize pot that make it worth it.
Right, that is definitely worth mentioning here. But also another thing worth mentioning is our tied stock counts, as Felix and Frost have done a great job doing numbers on one another on that percentage and closing them out efficiently to reset the stock count for the both of them.
Getting to the point where I'm definitely going to be expecting a lot more tricky options out of these combos from Frost. Frost, whenever they have a pretty close game, they usually need a crazy option to put them over. So I'm expecting jab to F smash any second now.
Oh yeah, something nutty could be coming into fruition here in just a moment, especially now that we have our Sen active. So it's going to be either Frost time to make a move, or it could be his opportune time to play it a little bit more safely, as we're seeing here. He was trying to jump away off the platforms, but Felix is doing a great job at calling out with a couple of Arsene up airs. And good job catching the gun option onto the stage and following up the forward tilt for Frost to pull out in front.
So I'm just kind of entranced right now. With the adaptation I'm seeing from Frost, they're doing a really good job of waiting for Felix to overcommit to an approach and then punishing with the close quarters game of the Roy pick.
Yeah, here we go.
See, there it is.
Yeah, that Roy pick is definitely a strong one, as you're seeing there.
Yeah, so Felix overextended to get back on stage, and Frost was able to track him down like a heat-seeking missile right here. Gets him with that forward tilt, runs right over, catches him overextending with the back air, and then is able to get the full side B, which is stronger than limit cross slash, by the way.
Oh yeah, it is.
Good job designing that one. And the Wolf instead coming out now.
Yeah, we got
just playing all the top tiers this evening.
Yeah, all the top tiers are coming out in full force here from Felix. But with the PS2 stage still in play, we're gonna have to see how the dynamic shifts with this new character on screen.
Yeah, this is an odd situation for Frost right now, dealing with counter picks every game. So where Felix has so far 2 games, or one full game of the Roy, this is the first time Frost is seeing the Wolf tonight. So they got to make adjustments on the fly right here, right now.
That's right. We're gonna have to see exactly what Felix does have in store for us, because so far this neutral is definitely shaping up. But in terms of taking out these stocks, I feel like 109. What do you think, Larry? Is that just about good enough percent to close out this stock?
Yep, especially for Wolf.
Oh, yes.
And I'd argue that more so it's not the neutral right now. It's the advantage stage, not giving Frost any breathing room to land or even get back on stage. That's really paying Felix dividends right now.
Oh yeah, but it seems like Frost was well aware of that. Made sure to do an adequate 101% before losing that stock and very neatly close it out to tie the stock count once again.
Right, and already right off the Halo platform, Felix is getting punished 41%, because this combo game for Roy is really good. Most of the time you'd be like, yeah, I want to be consistently hitting sweet spots. If you hit the sour spots sometimes with Roy, they're not sent as far, so you can get combos at your leisure.
Yeah, you can basically just do as you please, and that's not. There we go. We got that Jive B coming out to close out the second stock and put Frost at a very healthy 35% and an entire stock lead right now.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest with you, Felix is starting to reel from the pressure and the pain. Very close to losing that stock. Frost doing a good job getting these pogo stick combos, actually. It's not something you usually see off of them.
Yeah, not a very common sight, that's for sure. But you know what? It is Felix on Wolf, so you can't say that's necessarily common either. But there we go. We got Jump Air following up to close out this second game in favor once again of Frost.
Now, Frost looking primed and ready for a 3-0 victory here, but if I know anything about our main man Felix, they're not going to make it easy. I could expect the Wolf here. I think the Sephiroth might be a little bit more likely, or the Min Min.
Oh yeah, definitely a possibility.
They're hovering low. I think it's Sephiroth. Yep.
Sephiroth?
No.
Pit.
Pit?
A Pit pick. Interesting. We went from the top tier cheater characters to about as honest as you can get.
I don't think there's an honest character in this game. Everyone's like, oh, Pit's so honest. I disagree.
You don't
This
think
mad
so?
lad has really fast smash attacks, and just drag down combos, air to airs that are very hard to deal with. Definitely not an Eve's character, and also that.
Yeah, got all kinds of stuff for Felix to pull out right now, but we're gonna see the best of the best come out from this character.
I think
Felix to keep himself in this winner semis.
I think people call Pit honest just as another way of saying they're bad.
I mean, I don't want to say Pit is bad either. I don't think that.
Well, compared to the rest of the roster, there's very little to work with here.
Right. I mean, there's really nothing that puts Pit down on the tier list, but also really nothing that sets him apart from those that are basically with him in the same area.
Right. I mean, very good landing option in that down B. Doesn't always work against projectiles. Or
right.
It's not only useful against projectiles. It's useful in a lot of other situations as well. And there it is, that fast up smash to be taken stock.
Yeah, it's definitely true, man. I mean, and like you said, well, I mean, I guess it's more so down to what's going to be important for Felix. I feel like in order to close out this game is honestly just going for the stuff that maybe Frost wouldn't be expecting for Felix to do in neutral. I feel like a little bit of unorthodox neutral compared to like a run-of-the-mill Pit playstyle would be super beneficial for Felix if he really does know his stuff on this character.
And I feel like the problem with that is that I think the normal gameplay for Pit is optimal. I don't think Pit has too many. I don't think Pit has a deep pocket of options to choose from all the time.
Exactly, and that's why I like to call Pit like one of the most like honest characters in the game for pretty much that reason. But hey, look at that. We do still have a little bit of jank that we can pull out as we successfully caught a jump on Frost recovery and is now finding himself down a stock and only 57% to Felix's name.
Yeah. But hey, again, this is just one overextension for Felix, and Frost can have a field day with that. But, I think right now it's the lack of matchup experience that Frost has with the Pit that's given them the hardest time. I mean, Pit's not a hard character to deal with on their own, but when very, very, very few people play Pit at a competitive level, it's no wonder that whenever Felix, one of the best in the state, pulls it out, you may struggle a little bit.
Yeah, there may be a little bit of struggle, and right now we're seeing that definitely being displayed right now. 88% as both players are now on their last stock. Look at that solid side beat for 100, an up air to follow up for 112, and this is starting to look like Frost is on his last legs for this game. Super close to being able to take this with a 3-0 win.
This is max rage.
Oh yeah, max rage, and Frost is definitely one game away, but
there is the upper dash arm to take that stock.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run that one back to see if we can try and pull it out the second time around. Because again, Pit, very obscure pick. We're gonna have to see if Frost is gonna be able to adapt to this come this next match.
Dude, I freaking love Pit. Like, what a goofball.
Very funny. An airhead for sure.
Funny, man. Yeah, and he's one of the reasons that Uprising's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, they did write the characters very well. Especially
Sakurai wrote the game.
Considering
Actually, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know he directed that game, but I'm like considering what they had to work with, which is like literally just like sprites of people. They that team definitely did a great job at bringing that series to life.
Definitely,
but
definitely.
Hey.
And we do see another character switch coming in this time once again for Felix, but it is going to be the Sephiroth this time around. Switches from the Angel of Skyworld to the one-winged angel from your nightmares.
Yup, and it's looking like right now this is a matchup that Frost may be a little bit more familiar with, as he's successfully taken the first stock, only withstanding 11%, and Felix is going to be off to a little bit of a rough start on what could potentially be still their last winner's match of the night.
Yeah, but look, this is the featherweight champion So that's why these kills are doing so well this early. And look, Roy gets kills very early on this stage anyway. Now he's playing against one of the lightest characters in the game. So, I mean, the consistent kills here are going to be crazy.
Right.
That's not to say Felix doesn't have firepower as well, though.
Oh yeah, no, Felix definitely does have some very strong options that could be coming into play here soon. Especially since we do still have yet to see the One Wing Angel, so that could be playing somewhat of a factor later on in this match.
It could, assuming we don't lose the stock like now.
Yeah, here it is. So now that the One Wing Angel is out, we're going to see how that affects Felix's playstyle. We're definitely seeing the jumps being utilized to the full extent, but still being caught in the Jared. And now we're going to be finding Felix at the last stop on winner's side. But is he going to be able to close it out and bring it to a game 5? It's going to be now or never.
Yeah, and I was going to say, in this situation, the wing shows up rather early at 40%. So that could be lasting for the entire stock. Yep, good avoidance of the Scintilla there from Frost. But Felix on their last leg, and there it is, the Nair Jack Air. That is
going to be 3 pairs in a row to close out in 3-1 fashion for Frost. Very, very strong finish on that set. And he'll be moving on to the next match on winner's side, which will be winner's finals against Schroeder.
Yeah, that was a blistering sub 2-minute game there from Frost.
Agreed.
Definitely wants this this winner's finals run back against Schroeder. And you know, I definitely think we've been seeing a lot of Frost Schroeder lately.
We have been for sure.
I wouldn't say I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I love these guys.
And I mean, you know, Frost is definitely showed out, especially like since the pandemic and like the PR was basically inactive for the time being. Frost has definitely showed his stuff, taken several PR wins, and has definitely secured his spot as one of the best talents that AZ Smash has to offer.
100%. And it is going to be the Ike once again coming out. We saw this last week. And worked to great effect for Frost. However, this is Schroeder. You can't take him lightly no matter who you are. And already we see a 20% combo getting dropped, but getting put right back into the blender.
Yep, exactly. Leading up to all the way up to 94% already. Only 15 seconds on the counter. And we have our first stock 15 seconds in. Holy, this is definitely not Schroeder messing around on this one. Or maybe he is. But
that super armor is so potent for Schroeder.
Especially with some recovery like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And any hitbox that you can just hit Ike's or Crumb's up B for free. Like, see, there it is again. You get the spike that time. Yeah, it's something so difficult to deal with because you just can't deal with it. The best you can do is try to space it a little bit better, but like that's still hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to pull off, and it can be even more difficult to recover against as Frost is now down 2 stocks to a 92% Kazuya on Schroeder Omega.
Right, and the Rage is active right now. There's the Rage drive, taking him from 40 to 80. We see a 40% command grab coming out there.
That's right, here we go. Oh, tries to go for the F tilt to catch him on his neutral getup, but instead gets punished and put all the way up to 114%. Make that 123, as he is now finding himself off stage once again.
What?
That is cracked.
He did it again.
Absolutely cracked. Yeah, did that twice in a row.
He's insane.
Oh!
Did he grab him out of that? He used the armor from the command grab. That was a Galaxy Brain play right there.
That was best.
What a G, Schroeder.
Yeah, there was 3 attempts at that, and the third time is definitely going to be a charm as we see that 1, 2. I think that's the second one, right? And now here's the third one. Going to be catching right through the Aphid. I'll put him 1 game on the board for his name. Kazuya Michi.
That's the Heaven's Gates, I believe that move is called. What a sick Heaven's Door. That's what it's called.
Heaven's Door, yeah.
But we do see the tried and true Roy pick coming out here. Frost realizing that Schroeder isn't here to play no games. Now it's Frost's turn to turn on the jets and see what he can do. But right now, I mean, the bruiser mentality from Schroeder has proven to be very difficult.
Oh yeah, it definitely has been proven to be quite troublesome, as now we're going to make the Twister Boy a little bit more aggro this time around. But not going to be enough just yet, as another solid confirm off of the side B is going to be putting him up one stock yet again.
Yeah, man, and another thing about Schroeder, he loves those side Bs from the ledge. I mean, you know, getting that into the back down tilt, you know, into either the dragon to left hook or the dragon uppercut, whatever he feels like in the moment. I mean, it's such a potent kill confirm that we definitely see Schroeder utilize a lot.
Right. Oh, and the S smash right through the jab, man. Holy heck, what a solid.
There's the armor. There's so few moves that can really challenge that jab in this game, and Schroeder just so happens to be playing a character with one of the best ones.
Yeah, that's for sure. There we go, solid.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, that almost closed out the stock completely, man. Holy. Hold on a minute.
Right, but, I mean, for his troubles, Schroeder takes quite a lot of damage. And it's worth noting that Schroeder playing Kazuya. Kazuya is such a heavy lad that he will be in these combos for a lot longer than we're used to. But there's a side B into the, okay, angled up tilt.
Nice stuff, nice stuff.
Yeah, just the first piston uppercut. He's going to fall out of the side B, and the Rage Drive is on deck if he can land it. There it is.
Solid catch there.
Frost not out of this just yet, but, you know, very close to. It'll be one strong hit away.
All right, let's see what the move is here. Tries to catch him with the, I would believe that was like the back F tilt, is that right? There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, good option select here, because it does seem to be putting Frost on his toes there. It's a very solid hit if it does land, and I believe at 161 it will be enough to close it out. But guess what? Solo up throw, as an excellent catch from Schroeder, is going to be landing him 2 games up in this Winners Finals.
All things considered, I definitely think the main switch was exactly what Frost needed, though.
That's right.
Stop battle, Roy!
Sounds good, though. I mean, here comes game 3. Frost needs to be able to do something against this Kazuya menace, or we might see Schroeder punching his ticket to his 12th Grand Pure Smash Finals in a row.
Oh yeah. There we go. We got the down throw straight at the gate. Almost follows up with a down smash yet again, but just shy of landing it this time.
Yeah, I don't think that's the option to keep going for Schroeder. I think he's got to realize that Frost won't be biting on that, and he should go for something a little bit more guaranteed for smash damage.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Man, but Frost making it really difficult for Schroeder to get off the ledge right now. He's doing a good job of covering all the space necessary. Schroeder's playing way too aggressive out of the corner as well, and Frost is able to pick up the pieces. But from center stage, he could definitely be a lot more comfortable just swinging.
Oh yeah, definitely could be. Oh, and there we go. We got the Heaven's Door once again on center stage. Not going to be able to take it yet, but does put Frost to 119%. And a solid finisher is going to be bringing him to his 2nd stock now.
Yeah. One move of Kazuya's kit that I really expected to be utilized a lot more is the down tilt proper. Not the crouch jab release or any of that stuff. It was like the spinning down tilt.
Right.
Because it definitely looked like it would pop up at an angle perfect for comboing. But it definitely seemed like that move's utility was replaced by the electric wind god for this.
That's what I'm seeing here as well. Excellent parry. Let's see what the punish option is. Good catch with on that jump with the up air. Oh, and there it is again.
Yep, another DP.
Right.
One stock away from grand finals again is Schroeder. As the battle for 2nd place gets interesting.
Yeah, definitely starting to get interesting here, as Frost is definitely starting to demonstrate some stage control at the moment. But now Schroeder's going to be finding himself back on stage. Almost lands a down smash, but only to be met with an F tilt. Very strong spacing and positioning for that back air to bring that stock count to a tie once again. But here we are. It's going to be a lot more on the line for Frost, as he's got to play it very cautiously.
Yep, one overextension, and that's either 60% or just curtains in general.
Right. Definitely about to make a break.
Yeah. Also, something interesting about the electric wind gun fist, it actually pushes you out of shield.
Oh, really? I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, that's definitely going to be
Anyway,
something to
there
look
it is
out
again.
for. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something to look out for. As now Schroeder's going to be starting to get a little bit more ambitious in some of his option select. Here we go. He's kind of at his ropes right now, off stage.
Nice counter.
Still able to recover. Good tech. And that's going to keep him in the set to close it out with a 3-0 victory in minutes final. Solid finish there from Schroeder. And honestly, not a bad performance there from Frost. Definitely fought the good fight against this Kazuya that's been dominating the AZ scene over the past couple of weeks.
Past couple of years, I'd say.
I would say so. Well, I mean, like specifically the Kazuya pick has been making it quite a performance.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm inclined to agree. Schroeder just kind of has a very intimate knowledge of this game, and it doesn't matter how weird the character is. He's so proficient that he can just pick up anything.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So this is going to be Amateurs Finals.
Coming up next, and
Fusky!
yeah, it's going to be Fusky going up against Storm. Which
I like
is
Fusky. And I like Storm too. Storm had a very unfortunate loss earlier to the aforementioned Lucas player, but
oh, I see.
they get a chance at redemption here and a free drink, and Fusky probably gonna make it difficult for him.
That's right. As there is a free drink on the line, I can't imagine there's going to be too much messing around here. This is going to be for all the marbles.
And look, you know how thirsty gamers get.
Oh yeah, this is for all the monsters here. For sure. Here we go. We got Fusky stepping up to the plate, getting ready for some Annie's action. Coming up here in just a moment.
So, Fusky, who is Fusky player?
Fusky plays Joker.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then obviously we have the Storm Pichu. I don't expect to see any deviation from that course.
No, it seems like we're going to be sticking with that pick for sure. As I mean, I believe it's still somewhat debated, but I think it's still somewhat generally agreed upon that like the Rats do actually pretty well against a top tier character like Joker.
Oh yeah, like specifically Joker and Palu, the Rats give a lot of trouble to, but I definitely think that Joker has the tools to deal with Pichu.
I think so too.
I think Pikachu's pancaking is a little bit difficult for Joker to deal with, but I think if he can get Storm in the air off stage, he'll have an easy time. But I think just grounded in general and neutral might be pretty difficult.
Yeah, that could prove to be somewhat troublesome, I believe. And I think that is one thing that most people mention when they make that argument too. So, like, again, like,
we'll see.
I think it is pretty generally agreed upon for basically the same reason. Not Arconi, I like the tag.
Well, he isn't.
He's not Arconi, exactly. I like it because it's factually proven. He's factually
Tell me
proven
this
to not be
man's
Arconi.
lying.
Exactly. He's spitting facts. Definitely isn't Arconi. Built different.
Straight spitting.
On the battle.
Exactly. But here we go. We got them getting ready to get on this, and it looks like there's a Pyra Mithra as opposed to a Joker pick, so this should be shaking things up a little bit, I imagine. So what do we think about this matchup now? It's not quite what we both expected.
Well, dude, I think Pyramid was really good in this matchup, honestly.
I was gonna wait to see if he said anything different, but I'm glad we can both agree on that. Because there are some definite strong disjoints that. So there's on one end there's fast disjoints that can stuff out even a fast character like Pichu at several instances, and then there's half of Pyra's moveset that can definitely put Storm in a very bad position should they land.
Right. Look, what are the main differences, or the main challenges that the rats face? They're light, and they can't deal with swords super well because you know, swords are like the really only option to combat them effectively. Pyramithra got both.
Exactly right.
But the thing that the rats excel at is this edge guarding. And we saw Storm with a very unorthodox one there, a non-committal edge guard with angels.
Yeah, not a bad show out so far, as he's definitely pulling out against the odds that we both had previously thought, and is doing a great job taking an entire stock, even piling up to 88% and climbing. But a good catch on that nair from Fusky is going to be tying up that stock count, but that percent still has a lot of work on Fusky's end to make up for it.
The matchup chart is just a theory, and Storm is putting his victory into concept right now.
Yeah, definitely putting concept into practice. That's definitely agreeable there. Oh, but there we go. That Thunder is going to be just shy of landing. Good job blocking the up B and even getting a punish off of it and putting Fusky up to 200 exact percent on that F smash on the stage. Is going to be putting Fusky on his last stock as Storm is continuing to pile on that pressure while still sitting at 40% on the second stock.
I mean, it's that I think Fusky needs to drop the Pyra and work more on the Mythra right now. I mean, this is the percent where you can choose out these early stocks, but the thing is, Pyra definitely has a worse advantage state. Actually, worse neutral and disadvantage than Mythra does.
Yeah, that's definitely true. There would be some instances in the earlier percents where you could get a lot more off of the Mythra pick. That seems to translate into most matchups as well. So if Fusky, it looks like he does decide to stick with the Pyra Mythra pick, hopefully putting that into practice will play out a little bit better for him in the second match.
Yeah, I like the character pick. I just need to see more Mythra.
Right. Here we go. Already straight at the gate, we got Storm piling up to 42%, even trying to shoot a little bit higher, does so, putting him all the way up to 54%.
Dude, I mean, Storm's aggression in this matchup, he's catching Fusky without any options or methods to avoid this damage. It's so insane how powerful the rats are when they have a good advantage state.
Yeah, it is honestly very, very noteworthy for sure. Something to definitely keep an eye out for.
Right, but hey, Fusky right now doing a good job of using these disjoints to their advantage. Like, spacing out a lot better, trying to make it more difficult for Fusky, or for Storm rather, to get in. And, you know, it's been working this match, but they're still at a deficit, and they're having a hard time sealing out the stock.
Yeah, but here we go. Good F-tilt following up on the roll from Fusky, and now he's going to be establishing a little bit more stage control. Overcommits with the jab string, gets caught with a grab out of shield, and almost gets followed up with a down B. Some good DI from Fusky. He's going to keep away from that, but still going to get caught with an up smash, and Storm's going to be pulling out in front at 99%.
But again, this isn't much for the rats. He's so... I think Pichu is like tied for the latest character in the game, or at the very least, very close to it.
Very close to it.
So they will be dying any second.
That's right, so he's still going to have to play very cautiously to keep his lead up.
Right, but there's that forward air, catching the jump, and yeah, Fusky can't make that one back.
Yeah, that was a good call out there. There he goes.
Storm with a 3-stock lead right now.
Yeah, Thor, I was going to say Storm. Yeah, Pichu actually will be the lightest character in the game.
What I said, dog.
With that said, only losing this first stock now, and still doing really good at keeping up this lead, I have to say.
Yeah, I think Photon Edge is a good option to utilize in this matchup, because if Storm whips anything at a distance, Fusky can cover that in a second and get a lot of damage up on the board as well.
That's right.
But, you know, this chip damage right now, all the while avoiding the options from Fusky, is proving to be the thing to do when you're behind right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. There we go. Good job air dodging back onto the stage. Sometimes it's not that bad of an option, but it can get pretty punishable. It becomes predictable, but hey, solid confirm there into the down B, and Storm is going to be pulling out in front 2-0 against Fusky's Pyra and Mythra.
Yuck, I want to throw up. That was kind of gross.
You said that was kind of gross. Look at that. Solid finish.
That took him from like 60 to 100.
Isn't that
with
crazy?
2 attacks.
Really surprisingly
I mean,
solid
up smash
damage
does
output.
about 20.
I gotta
yeah,
say,
it's
man,
insane.
surprisingly solid.
Anyway, Storm 1 match away from that free drink.
That's right. That drink is becoming ever so present as Storm can literally taste victory right now.
He'll be able to taste it more after he finally does win, if he does. But it definitely looks like Fusky won't make it easy for him. The adaptations and the adjustments are coming out right now. Definitely spacing and being a lot more patient right now. And utilizing the Mithra more than the Pyra to keep himself safe while being able to deal safe damage as well. But here's the thing, once Storm gets an opening, they can pry that sucker open and extend it a long way.
Oh yeah, that is definitely on the table for him. Here we go. Right now, this neutral is starting to play out a little bit more evenly. Things are still going to be in favor of Storm, though, however, lands a down tilt into a back air. Almost goes for a down air, but doesn't quite connect it just yet. Oh, and there we go. Solid catch on the side B, and Fusky is now going to be pulling out in front at 89%. There we go. Dash attack doesn't quite land. He's going to get punished by up B, and yeah, Fusky's definitely shaping up this potentially last game for him.
Yeah. Hey, man, when the chips are down, this guy's getting ready to play some more games. In his mind, this is just, he wants a 3-0 right now.
Oh, you're definitely looking for that 3-0. Look at that, even going for the Thunder off stage. Not quite going to make it just yet, though. But Storm is still deadlocked on closing out this set in his favor. 3-0 catches the regrab onto the stage with an F tilt, and now the stock count is going to be tied, but at 86% on such a light character, it could turn south once again pretty quickly.
Yeah, man. I think even Mithra has enough skill power at this point to take the stock, and there it is, the up smash coming out. That's one of the fastest up smashes in the game. I'm pretty sure it's like frame 8 or 9.
Yeah, something ridiculously good, I gotta say, because it definitely does numbers.
Right, and on top of that, it's such a good thing to use out of shield on platforms. I mean, it's great. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Really,
Frame 9 confirmation.
Really fast stuff coming out here from Mithra, and it's going to be important, especially against such an equally fast character as PG.
Yeah, this blazing end from Fusky just hasn't been working.
It did work on that first lock, actually. That's what got him out in front. But there is a little bit of overcommitment that I don't see to the off as well.
That was a really good nair. The quick attack from Pichu doesn't actually have a hitbox,
Right,
so that nair was a
up tilt
good
definitely
option.
does.
Oh yeah, that up tilt was a good shot. Right quick, and stopping the bleeding and preventing a 3-0.
That's right.
Fusky takes a game, and we're looking for the counter pick this time from Storm.
Yeah, really good stuff here from Fusky, bringing back the sets. We're going to have to see what the alternate stage pick might be, because I doubt there'd be a character switch, as we are still seeing Pichu on screen. But in terms of a stage pick, that could be a potentiality. Oh, looks like Town City.
Okay, Town City. Edge guards are super potent here because of the short horizontal blast zones. And the ceiling on the stage isn't very high. The problem is that, oh my god, there's just so much damage on this build.
Yeah, 87%.
I was gonna say, the problem is that the stage sits so low that the ceiling is super far away.
Right. So that's going to be something that's definitely worth looking out for here. F-Smash at the ledge to catch the neutral, get an option. Man, what a great call out from Storm to put him up at still at 3 stocks and at only 34%. So this is a great stock for him right here.
Yep, Storm with a really good counter pick, I think. Those F smashes were the first one was super close to killing at a really early percent because of how close the blast zones were. And we're seeing another one almost kill.
Oh man, yeah, this is starting to look pretty drastic here for Fusky, as it's excellently spaced down there in the middle of Fusky's side B. He's going to be putting him down yet another stock.
Yeah. And that nair too, like almost killing this light character, but there's the F tilt. Alright, Fusky slows the roll a little bit, but this thunder from Storm is looking to continue.
Okay, here we go. Excellent down. Forward tilt into dash attack. A solid confirm, but it's still going to get interrupted by Fusky here as he tries to reestablish some neutral. He gets some extra percentage in there. Good call up with the jab string. Put him up to 58%. And the foresight is coming in and gets a re-grab off of it.
We haven't been seeing a lot of foresights this set. I think this is the first game we've actually been seeing them utilized. So that's a great option for Mythra. Puts her in advantage instantly, and guess what? Off of that little exchange, the stock was taken. Fusky not out of this thing yet by a long shot.
Yeah, not just yet. There we go.
Oh my god, that was a great delayed up.
That was a really good delay on that there. Super important as well, as Storm was ready to punish that in a moment's notice.
Right. I really don't like the Pyra out here right yet. I really want to see the Mythra switch in a second. I think right now Fusky's getting too ambitious to try to take that stock.
Oh, but there we go. There's the Mythra switch just in time for the side B on the center stage, but right back to Pyra as 77% seems about right for Fusky to try and close out the stock.
Yeah, and Storm's in the corner. It could be losing the game any second now. Storm finds her way back to center. There's the back air. It's not going to kill. Oh no, he goes high. There's the down smash. That's not going to kill. Good DI. But almost max rage though from Fusky. Forward air. Not going to kill. No jump.
Not just yet, but here we go. The up B onto the top platform is being called out by forward air. And yup, that's right. Storm calling out that up B recovery to close out the set 3-1 and playing that sweet again. Very sweet, by the way. When's the last time you had a monster? Those things are like super sweet.
Dude, why'd they make energy drinks taste so good when they're not bad for you?
I don't know, man. It's one of the great mysteries of this world.
Yeah, I've been fine. I've got a ton of glitch energy still.
Oh yeah.
From when I was on a team sponsored by them, so.
Yeah, they got all kinds of sponsored energy drinks.
Yeah, dude. If I was ever on a team sponsored by Monster, that would be the life, bro.
Oh, it would be. I hear they take care of their sponsors too.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, hey, shoutouts to Pure Smash for providing that monster there for our amateurs winners. And it looks like we're waiting on our next match. It looks like is one of them being played on stream. Okay. All right. So it looks like we do have a little bit of time before we get started with that. But hey, I wanted to see what you think, because you said you were sponsored by who again? Was it?
I was sponsored by Revenant Esports for about a year.
Oh, I see.
And that team recently picked up a glitch energy sponsor, so I got my big pack in here of a bunch of random flavors.
Look at that.
I'm not sponsored anymore. I just like these products.
Do they serve it in like a 20-piece nuggets box? What is that?
Well, that's what it's based off of, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, they went for that. Okay, the big pack.
But you can also get like tubs, like G Fuel comes in as well.
That's interesting, right? That's interesting.
Yeah, but hey, let's give the free promotions to something that actually needs it. And hey, let's take a look at AZSL. These are your top 8 for the Arizona Smash League, the Summer 2021 Heat as well. And the finale bracket will be streamed with everyone starting from winner's bracket on Sunday, August 15th, starting at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
That's right. 1 whole month of top AZ talent going head-to-head against one another is going to be culminating on August 15th at 1 p.m. Don't miss it. It's going to... I can tell. I can just look at these faces. They're looking me dead in the eyes. I'm looking at them, and I can just tell. We all have this look on our face. We know this is about to pop off. This is about to be a hype event. I know.
Especially Akadona over there. Great face as well. But furthermore, for those of you Arizona players who have been living under a rock, why don't we talk about the event that's coming this October? That's right, baby. Ascension is back.
Ascension is back. Welcome home, Arizona Smash, as we're getting ready to go up with what used to be the biggest Southwest event that the Southwest had to offer. And I don't know, just looking at the trailer, if you guys saw that already, it's definitely looking like a October 23rd is going to be what gets the Ascension Series back on top of the Southwest Smash scene. I can call it for sure.
100%, and I'm very excited to hear it as well. So I will obviously not be in town for the event, but you can bet your booty I'll be watching from my college campus, and I'll probably get some of my friends to watch it with me.
And you know what? I can bet my booty as well that I will be in that venue in downtown Phoenix on October 23rd. You already know what it is. I'm definitely going to be showing up there for sure. So we now that we got our booties on the line, now that we laid it all out, we got our
now we got to do it, dude. I like this thing too much.
Yeah, we got our wagers placed there. So now that we got all that said and done, it looks like losers quarterfinals. Oh wait, no, actually losers semifinals is going to be happening now with Felix and Yomadafu getting started here in just a moment.
Hey, I gotta be real with you. This is actually a run back from earlier in bracket.
It is,
for
yeah.
one thing, from winners quarters, and for another thing, I don't like all the swords that Felix has been using tonight being used to go against a Game & Watch. Game & Watch hates swords, man.
Yeah, I was like, more specifically, I don't think Yomadafu's a big fan being on the other end of that matchup. Because, like you said, it can be very troublesome. So we're going to have to see what Yomadafu can do to try and make adaptations this time around. It seems like he might even be getting a little bit of a consultation from the homies backstage right there, like you're seeing. Because I think what's cool about Yomadafu is that like he definitely takes a lot of opportunities to like save his VODs and whatnot. And I've actually been to his streams actually where he will review his VODs that he saved from like his sets in person and like review those on stream.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty cool. So he's very big on.
He seems like a community man too.
Yeah, very big on analysis, very big on self-improvement, and very big on watching other people improve too. So that's what you like to see out of a member of the Smash community for sure. And of course, Felix, top talent in our state, like you saw there, is going to be playing in AZSL come August 15th. So definitely going to be a player to keep an eye out for the rest of tonight and leading up to then.
I believe Felix will be the second seed of that event as well.
Oh yeah, very high seeded. I don't doubt that at all. I guarantee Felix would be like you said it was number 2.
I'm inclined to say no. I think Felix is 3. I think Krupp is 2.
Oh, okay. Krupp is. Oh yeah. Well, if Krupp's there, the Krupp brothers are. I mean, the Krupp brothers have a lot of notoriety within our scene, obviously. And even outside of the Arizona Smash scene, they do have a lot of notoriety as well, and it's for good reason. Yeah, and actually looks like in the bracket tonight we had Rensley, who had actually taken a loss to Yomadafu, knocked out of the bracket. So Yomadafu's definitely been making one heck of a run tonight for sure.
Yeah, Yomadafu's been consistently getting better. I can definitely see the dedication there. And something I didn't really pay much lip service to was the fact that I did see these adaptations coming out from them when they were playing against Felix earlier. They played a very clean game too, and almost took the entire set off of it. But Felix was able to just eke that win out last second. So this is a set where they have one more game to adjust. Of breathing room, and that might be what Yomadafu needs to secure themselves a victory here. But yeah. I think the Joker pick is going to be called up early.
No, I agree, but we're not going to have to wait too long to find out. It looks like we got him stepping up to the plate here, about to plug in, and we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah. Anyway.
So like, yeah, they're still tapping in. They're still tapping in.
Yeah, they're getting into the mindset. Yomadafu's slapping on his headset and promoting his Twitch. So go drop him a follow. He's not live right now though, so don't do it yet. But
no, yeah,
okay. Stay here with us.
Yeah, be sure to shout out all the
Mwah.
AZ Smash scene for sure. They are all great members and glad to be a part of it. But hey, here we go. Looks like in loser semifinals we got Felix going up against Yomadafu, making the Joker pick for the first match of this set.
Yeah, Joker. Oh boy. So, look, we know how hard this matchup is for Game & Watch. I don't gotta talk about the MK Leo in the room, who obviously best Joker on planet Earth, past, present, future. And when he played Meister, top 10 PGR player at Frostbite a couple years ago. It didn't go so well for Game & Watch. Game & Watch really struggles against characters that throw out really big hitboxes.
Right.
Let's say, for example, Joker back air, especially ones that do a lot of knockback as well.
Yeah, ones that do even more knockback once Arsene is present, just like he is now. But an excellent catch on the get-up option from Felix. Equally good call-out from Felix, though. Getting the confirm into the up smash to close out the first stock for this set.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter, but no matter how many times I see it, I don't get sick of it.
No, yeah, it is definitely a fire option, that's for sure.
Yeah. Are you sure you can reflect the grappling hook, by the way?
Yeah, you can.
It doesn't do anything, but you can reflect it.
Yeah, I'm not honestly sure why you're able to, because like you said, it doesn't really accomplish too much from what I've seen at least. But yeah.
I mean, I guess it counts as a projectile, maybe, but I think it's just like the properties of the attack rather than a disjointed hitbox.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
interesting to say the least.
Here we are. One thing that we're very familiar with on this character is Arsene, who is out once again at 150, but now you see him, now you don't. As a well-spaced forward air.
He's out again.
Exactly, yeah. From Yamada-Fu is going to be landing a tight stock count once again.
And
well, man, there it is. Yeah, that's the square one, man. Look at that.
Square 1.5, actually, I would say.
There we go. Solid string there from Yamada-Fu getting started. But gets interrupted by the down gun from Felix. It's a down throw forward air. See what our next follow-up option is Yamada-Fu is now at the ledge.
I think the hardest part of this matchup for Game & Watch is that he can't just willy-nilly throw out forward air or up air due to the fact that Joker can just Rebel's Guard and get Arsene for free.
Right, that's definitely a possibility. But, you know, most of the time if Rebel's Guard gets too predictable, you can get a free grab off that more often than not. So it's good that Felix is not over-relying on that when it's not needed. But here we go. Seeing Yamada-Fu at ledge, makes the jump option, tries to up B, and gets caught by up air to close out the first game for the set. Pretty solid finisher from Felix, but we're going to have to see if the Joker pick is a comfortable one to stick with, or if we might be seeing a shake-up in character picks already.
I doubt it. I think the Felix is just going to rock with Joker.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to think so too. We'll probably just rock it until it gets counterplayed.
Which it very well might not.
You don't think so?
I said might.
Oh, okay.
Let's be careful here.
Right. Here we go. Picking our jams. Like to see it.
Oh my gosh, dude. Pick a good one for God's sake, please. Okay, that's a good one.
Banger. I agree.
Yeah, look, I like the Melee one a lot better. But, actually, dude, Melee Battlefield?
Melee Battlefield?
Absolute banger.
Is pretty tight, actually, yeah.
So good.
I gotta agree on that.
I think Melee's, like, background prep is my favorite as well.
That one, yeah, pretty iconic, I would say.
I like Brawls because it's got the lake, but, or the big body of water, but I like Melee's is just cool. It's not too trippy, like way too trippy.
Yeah, no, it can definitely be very, very flashy at times, but it does look like either way, we can both agree that this is gonna be probably Game & Watch's one of Game & Watch's best stages. What do you think?
I disagree. I know Game & Watch definitely gets a lot off of platforms and his ability to shark. The thing is, Game & Watch isn't the most mobile character in the whole game. I'd argue that Joker gets a lot more off this stage, because Joker's mobile enough to go catch landings. The thing that I would say that Game & Watch likes on the stage is the ability to juggle with up airs and nairs. The problem is up air is really not an option you want to throw out against Joker.
Right, yeah, that can definitely be agreed upon there. But hey, either way, it does look like this stage pick is making for a pretty even game for both of these players so far. Even stock count as we move in one per person, one stock taken per person so far.
Yeah.
And pretty even percent as well.
Yeah, both these guys just trying to press their advantage whenever they get it and deal as much damage as they can. And they're both swinging out of this advantage a lot to not give the other opponent a definitive advantage at any point.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm starting to see here as well. But hey, a really solid aerial string there from Yamadafu is going to be putting Felix at 85%. But here comes Arsene. Almost gets the up smash off of that downer connection, but not going to be able to do that. 58% though is pretty good. And putting it even all the way up to 71. So we still have ourselves an even game, but those percents are starting to fly. So we're going to see who's going to be pulling out in front here in just a moment.
Yeah, one big strong hit from either of these gentlemen will decide this stock. Felix trying to go for it all there with that F smash. Yamadafu trying to get him off stage to possibly go for an edge guard. Because Game & Watch, I'd argue top 5 edge guarding in the entire video game.
Yeah, I would think so too. I would think so as well.
Good tech.
Oh,
There's
and
the up
awesome
smash
up smash too.
From stage, and we've got last stock situation here for Yamadafu, but they again are very close to evening this game up. It's going to take like an F tilt or any smash attack, but Yamadafu can do it.
I think Yamadafu can do this too. There you go, awesome up smash, and there's going to be our tied stock count.
And Yamadafu breaking the silence early, getting a grab combo for 44%.
There you go, good jab string.
Despite what I said earlier, we are seeing a lot of up airs come out from Yamadafu, and it's been actually doing a lot of good for this character. Now, oh my god, he dead?
Yeah, oh my gosh. That was just a raw F smash, nothing too crazy there, just, wow. I'm impressed to be honest.
If your name is Yamadafu, you should pick up your passport and move to Denver and change your name after that one. Because you'd be considered dead. You need a new identity after that F smash.
Yeah, that was just all F smash, no build up, no nothing. Just spacing, I guess.
Do it raw, baby. It works.
Raw F smash. We take it. We take it, man. Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised that Felix got away with that, but yeah, we'll have to see what Yamadafu's got planned here. Could potentially be.
That's the top player privilege.
That's what it's looking like. Yeah, I think that was like encapsulated top tier player privilege right there. That was like textbook definition.
Yes, sir. And the FD pick comes out yet again from I think it was from Yamadafu. So, adjustments between games, don't get hit. That's the best advice I can really give you.
Yep, just don't get hit by whatever the heck you shoot you back there. That was definitely devastating. But we're gonna have to see if that gets put into practice here. As so far, Yamadafu is doing a great job at controlling the even getting him up to 81%, almost landing F smash. But here comes our second attempt to tie the game. Yeah, almost got that. Just shy of landing it. There we go. Last hit of back air is going to be closing up the first stock, only at 23%. So this is definitely a great start here for Mata.
Definitely, for sure. And look, again, we haven't been seeing the off-stage pressure from Yamadafu doing too much. And, you know, that was a good time for Zenny to use it. Taking that first stock and give himself a huge advantage here.
There we go.
Beating out the Arsene.
Yeah, beating out the Arsene option. So, like, there we go. We got our down smash, we got our forward smash, and we got our 2-stock lead here for Yamada because they are definitely stepping up this time around.
Yeah, but, you know, even if Yamada wins this game, it's going to be Felix's counter pick, and we might be seeing a character switch as well.
Yeah, that is very much a possibility. There we go. We got our up air string for 48%, but here comes our send once again at 99%. I mean, we still have yet to really see our send show out and do substantial damage within this match, but here we go. Neutral has been reset, and there we go. We caught the dash attack, traded with the forward air, and now that Arsene dash attack is going to be closing out the first stock on Yamadafu's end. And Yamadafu is going to be still running away with this at a pretty comfortable lead.
This isn't undoable by any stretch of the imagination. I've seen players like MK Leo, like Sharp, come back from worse deficits with this character in this specific matchup.
Yeah, and we could definitely be seeing that, but it looks like right now Felix is waiting for the get-up option. Doesn't get the roll read like I'm assuming he was probably going for, and now we got a pretty good drag down up air into a back throw to follow up. So we definitely have Felix playing the part for making said comeback. But whether or not Madafu will allow for that, we'll have to see as this match progresses.
I mean, Felix very close to getting Arsene back. I mean, it's going to be like a good call with Rebel's Guard, and that's going to do it. And a very, very good ledge trapping situation, not giving Yamadafu any room to recover. Takes that stock. All right,
No
good recovery.
Oh my god! And called it out once again with yet another back air to close it out. But 2-1 is going to be the current score, so there's still some work for Madafu to do to bring this back and potentially bring a reverse 3-0 into play.
Yeah, that was really excellent patience from Felix there. I think if Felix would have like Rebels guarded or done something super unorthodox there, they would have been able to make it back because of Arsene. But I mean, that was good awareness from our main man Yamadafu. He was in the ballpark every time, and the main is coming out. It's about time. The Felix Fox is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill.
Not a drill.
3, 2, 1.
All right, well, and I mean, we'll have to see, because I mean, it's not just the Fox that's in play now. We also have the stage pick, like you mentioned, Yoshi's Story, which I mean, that means that stocks are going to be going a lot sooner, as it is the smallest legal stage in the game. But I mean, on top of all that, I mean, I don't see Felix make this counter pick very often, if I'm being honest. So I'm not sure like what else other than like, you know, the obvious like small blaster would possibly benefit him here.
I think it's probably the earlier up smash kill percent, especially against a character like Game & Watch.
Yeah, so like the smaller blast stun definitely will play a factor. Or, you know, it could just be a matter of preference in terms of like triplats, or some people like the PS2 / small battlefield format of stages, so it could just be a matter of personal preference.
Yeah, you know, personal preference is something that is rarely talked about. We're more down to the analytics, but that does go a long way. I mean, if you're more comfortable than your opponent, you're winning.
Right, exactly. Here we go, we got the air dodge back on the stage. Good catch with the up throw, and Felix is doing a great job so far keeping this one stock lead, even at 105%. Just barely avoids getting caught up in that jab string. And there we go, solid back around the platform as well, and Felix is doing a great job of controlling this, what could potentially be winner's game right here for the set.
It's looking pretty close at this rate, and you know, that's the main advantage right now coming in from Felix. Playing a character that they know in and out right now, rather than messing around with the secondaries.
That's right.
Again, not that the secondaries are bad. Felix is definitely better with half the roster than I am with my main. However,
Yeah.
you know, the main gets work done. That we know.
That we know for sure. Here we go. We got the grab and down throw. Let's see what else we got going on here. Trying to go for the S-Smash read, but the roll get-up option is not going to be called out. Instead, we're going to get a backer to call it the uppy attempt.
Yeah, Felix is going to make it back. Yamadafu goes a little bit too high and overzealous for the recovery. I don't know why, but it definitely did happen. Yamadafu's trying desperately to take this stock. They realize that if they don't, it is the game, and there it is.
Awesome up smash catch on the off-chain select, and now we're going to be getting our 3-1 victory for Felix to close out the set. And up next will be none other than winners finals against once again a run back with Frost versus Felix.
Indeed. I think my family's cooking something downstairs.
Oh, they cooking?
It's like garlic bread.
Very cool.
My brother makes some banger garlic bread.
Man, I don't know why you just said garlic bread right now, and I'm like, holy, I don't think I've had garlic bread in like a year. How did I do that?
Since COVID, man.
I know. Well, I don't even know what COVID has to do with that, because I'm like, it's garlic bread. Garlic bread is like everywhere. Why have I not eaten garlic bread? It's so good.
Get on it,
It's
brother.
literally so good. Garlic bread. Dude, I'm like having like an existential crisis right now. I'm like, straight up, I like until you said it, I forgot that garlic bread existed. I'm so stuck on this garlic bread now.
So this is garlic bread waffle. Now I got a funny story actually as well. I went to a baseball game with my my dad this weekend, and he was about to take a picture of me, but he opened his phone. He had a Twitch notification that AZSL was live.
Nice.
And look, for one thing, my dad doesn't watch Twitch. He's very much not a gamer. And I asked him what that was about. I said, I didn't know you liked Melee. That's crazy. He said, I don't. I just followed like every Arizona Smash channel I could find because I was trying to find the one that you commentate on.
Oh, he was looking for yours? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
but he's looking for SAK. But yeah, shouts to my dad being super wholesome and everything.
Yeah, very cool.
In that regard.
Supporting the AZ Smash stream, but hey, looks like we're doing a little bit of a button check before losers finals, so we're just doing a little bit of a warm-up. It looks like I like the gun movement though, I gotta say. Look at these drag downs.
Hey man, gun movement is super important. There's a player in Philadelphia named Mercury who's probably gonna be top 3, top 4 on the PR. They actually went down south and won a Xanadu a couple weeks ago. But the thing that puts them over a lot of other jokers, from what I've seen, is their gun movement. Like, gun is such a unique and powerful option. It's got movement and it's really good for spacing in general and comboing out of. And, you know, I think once more jokers realize that and get really proficient with just getting outside of people's burst ranges, that could be one of the most powerful weapons in the game.
No, yeah, and I mean, I do have a Joker secondary myself. Yeah, there's a lot of untapped potential with that neutral B in terms of movement capability that is yet to be explored. And it looks like Felix, through that small warm-up, might be exploring some of that a little bit here as we move into losers finals. Drum back with Felix versus Frost for tonight.
It is indeed a run back from winners semifinals, but this time, instead of competing for the right to play against Schroeder, they're competing for the right to play against Schroeder.
That's right, that's correct. And,
where have I seen this before?
I mean, to be honest, it's deja
Every
vu.
week.
Yeah, exactly. It is definitely deja vu that we're witnessing right now. But so far, I mean, yeah, the Joker kick is definitely making things a little bit more interesting. But hey, Frost is not letting me trip him up. Definitely not wasting any moment to land a solid punish that you just saw there on the S smash for the first stock in his favor.
Yep. And, you know, the battle for second place has been a very interesting one in the past couple of weeks. There's a lot, with the position changing hands numerous times. And tonight, Felix is looking to get there through different methods than usual. You know, Fox has been a tool that she has, that they have very minimally utilized tonight. And instead they're opting a lot more for their counter picks.
That's right. Yeah, a lot more counter picks being opted in, as you said. But right now, the picks that we're seeing seem to be playing out pretty evenly for both of these players, as now our Sen is out. But I mean, because of that fact, we might not be seeing a tie for very long. But it seems like it's going to be Frost that is definitely playing with an intent to pull out in front, as we will get a solid stream from him to put Felix off stage. Excellent counterplay by recovering at the opportune time to catch Felix on his edge guard attempt. And now Frost is going to be controlling the stage, even catching the roll get-up option with an F-tilt to pull out in front, despite being at 100%.
My favorite thing about Frost as a competitor is that Frost is potent throughout the entire course of the match. They're never out of control. Even when they're, you know, in disadvantage for a long time, they take a lot of percents, maybe they're down a couple stocks, Frost is never, ever, ever out of any match they play. They never give up on themselves or the match, and that is something that very few competitors can really do. And I respect the living hell out of him for it.
That's agreed right there. There we go.
And
Great.
again,
oh, excellent string here coming out from Felix. Even bringing it all the way to 63%, but Arsene is going to be no more as that meter drops back down to 0. But still keeping up this pressure with these up airs and even going for a couple of backers in the neutral as well. Here comes Frost getting a grab, even catching the roll once again with that F to it, although it's not a sweet spot, but still a solid hit nonetheless. Things are definitely starting to heat up on this last spot for both these players.
yep, this is where it gets really scary though if your name is Felix. Because any little interaction, if you're even a toe out of place, you can get hard punished and die. But there's again the F smash at ledge. This time not charged. Felix does it raw, and it is going to be taking the game last second. And now this time we see Felix going up in the set, 1-0.
Yeah, really good call on that neutral get up. I got to say, man, I like what I'm seeing right now.
Yep, Felix's brain is working very well. As usual, Felix is a very smart player.
Really, that is just such an odd compliment to give. Like, yeah, that is a very functional brain you've got yourself there, I gotta say.
Well, I mean, look. If you have to specify that the brain's working, yeah, you would generally assume that means overtime, right?
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just like, Laird, I've got to say, man, really fun commentating with you these past couple of weeks. One thing I've got to point out is that you've got a very functional brain you've got yourself there, and I like to see it.
Hey, man, and your tongue works very well, too.
I don't know, yeah.
Man.
Hey, listen, the fact that you're able to say words onto the mic, very good. Very good that you're able to do that, especially as a commentator.
Very inspirational. Much like this high-octane gameplay from these two guys. You know, I gotta be real with you. It would be very difficult for a lot of people to have appeal in a Smash scene where the #1 player is so far ahead of everyone else. Yet Felix and Frost are two of the many players who consistently show up and you know, actually push Schroeder to the limit sometimes.
Oh yeah, and they're definitely pushing each other's limits right now. Even on this first stock, it's definitely heating up as an excellent Tetrakarn off stage from Felix is going to be pulling him out in front. But at 95%, Frost is not going to be too far away from tying this up.
Definitely not. Again, Frost is one of those players who can kill at any percent, and there it is, the back air, taking the stock.
That's right.
And it is just about even once again.
There we go, excellent string, but just drops it only to pick it back up again. Down throw into Patience. You know what? I gotta respect that. Down throw into Patience. Pretty good follow up there, I gotta say. Don't want to get too hasty in a moment like this.
The top player, I think the thing that sets the mid-tier players apart from the upper mid or even high tier players is their ability to just drop guaranteed combos in order to get saucier punishes.
Yeah, that's honestly a very important aspect to have to your gameplay if you want to be able to pull out in front of the competition. And right now, this competition is still heating up, but Frost is going to be laying on that heat as we have him in a one-stock lead and still layering on this percent.
I mean, again, Felix is doing a good job of remaining, I won't say in the driver's seat, but they're not in the trunk with the keys in the
No, not at all. Not at all, as we're seeing here. Right now, Felix is trying to get into that neutral a little bit more to close out this stock. Is very capable of doing so as he landed excellent down smash punish. Tries to punish with the Tetrakarn once again, but unable to do so. Gets a back air to break the shield and very gently pushes him off the edge to safely close it out and tie up the stock count at 55% deficit, which is very doable for a player like Felix.
Right. And then being at 55% means that Arsene could be making another appearance, assuming Frost can't take the stock super quickly.
That's right. Here we go.
I mean, yeah, this damage is starting to add up for both players. Right now, Felix is at the percent where, like, if a strong hit jab into a backer will kill. But then again, Big Daddy Arsene is here.
Yeah, we got Arsene here once again at 154, and uppy from center stage will just be very, very close, but just not enough to close out this last stock on Felix. But an F tilt in center stage will definitely do the trick.
Yeah, a little pivot boost on that as well to give it a little bit of extra distance off of that dash. Great stuff there from Frost. We're going to a game 3 here where it is 1 apiece. And this set, I think, is going to be here to stay. Going the distance.
Yeah, definitely going the distance this time around. And here we go. We're making the pick back over to Battlefield, it looks like. And I gotta say, this stage has been making for some pretty heated gameplay. Either that or, you know, they're getting a feel for each other's playstyles a little more, but we're definitely seeing a bit of an evolution between these two in the neutral as these games go on.
For sure. You know, I think Small Battlefield might have been one of the best stages added to Ultimate.
I would say so, yeah.
I love this stage, man. It's
well, I mean,
kind of like
I guess
I hate people. What?
I was gonna say, like, it definitely is the best because it's only like the widely accepted to be a legal stage one. So there is Northern Cave, but that one's a little bit more contrived, depending on which scene you first.
Yeah, I personally like the stage list that we've been using here in Tri-State with the you know, our opening 5 stages are Small Battlefield, Battlefield, FD, Smashville, and PS2, and then our counterpick stages are Town and City and North Cave.
That's actually, yeah, that's actually not bad. I want to do that again, just to run through that a little bit more. But right now, it looks like this match is heating up once again with the Small Battlefield pick, which, like we said, is a really great stage, and it seems to be that both of these players are taking really good advantage of it as well. These platforms are definitely coming into play, and Frost and almost tying up the stock count here, but just shy of doing so. These platforms are definitely doing a great job of helping them out with that there. But Felix right now is still going to be in front, if at 129%. So he's on his toes right now, but still in the lead. Great to see. Look at that, excellent spacing there from Frost. Just avoiding the dash attack and you know, just doing what he has to try and close this out. Bring the stock count back to a tie without sustaining too much damage himself. So doing a great job at accomplishing that objective right now. You can very much tell the fight space now. That's what he wants.
The thing about Frost is that despite having all this kill power, he rarely gets over aggressive to push for kills. He plays as patient as he needs to be, all the while keeping himself super safe and rarely overextending. The problem right now is that it might be time to start getting a little bit desperate because, look, that Arsene did quite a number on you, and you're at 100% when Felix is starting their stock on the same percent.
That's right. Here we go. We got our down throw. We got our, not our up air. We got pretty close to it too, but Felix does have the right idea. Just needs to work on the execution a little bit more, but despite that, is still very much in the lead at 126 and climbing with that excellently spaced AHA as well. Good attempt at the up smash, but equally good shield from Frost to avoid getting hit by it as well. There we go. We almost got our Jeff smash, but not quite going to close it out just yet. Patience on the down throw, which is nice to see, but that pressure on the up tilt is going to be just enough to poke through and land that last hit that counted towards an entire stock against Frost.
Yeah, that up tilt's a move I don't see utilized too often, but great recognition from Felix, knowing that would do it.
Yeah, the
and again,
variant is actually really good.
Right, again, despite the deficit that Frost was at, not out of this game yet, not even by a long shot. Yeah, there it is. It's an even game again.
There we go. Yep, perfectly even across the board. Tied stock count for both of these players, and it is definitely starting to get down to the wire. And I mean, if you take a look up top as well, the game count is tied as well, so this is going to be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, and that momentum's huge. Whoever wins this is going to be riding high going to the next game.
That's for sure. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of momentum to work with. Right now, it's going to be more so a matter of who can retain that lead and push out in front for this game.
Dude. This is super tense right now because Arsene's back. And Frost just kind of has to wait it out, bleed the Arsene meter away. Great patience!
No, not going to make it just yet, though.
Yeah, they went for the Jeff Smash, overextended just a little bit, made a monster punish for it, but it is gone. The big scary man is away, and this is the percent where Felix dies.
Yeah, this is sounding to be about it right now. Go good back here.
I don't know though. Felix in a very good way.
Oh, excellent job teching though from Felix.
Right. Okay. Frost kind of throwing out moves, getting a little bit antsy, more so than usual. Nice forward air to catch an up smash.
Well.
Oh, okay, doesn't get hit by anything, not even a grab. Frost running around, gets a grab, not going to be able to kill.
For the grab. Yeah, every single percent is going to be counting right now, but a down air straight off of the main platform is going to be closing out the third game in Felix's favor. Great stuff. Let's see that one more time. Got the dash attack and immediately off the platform gets that down air. I like the spacing. I like the timing and the positioning. I like it a lot. Great stuff on his part there.
Yeah, and that's absolutely huge for momentum here. We might be getting a Felix and Schroeder grand finals if Frost can't do anything about this. I know they can, but I'm starting to see a lot more frustration than I'm used to coming out of Frost.
No, he's definitely trying to get himself into grand finals this time around. And like we mentioned, Frost actually does have a higher win count between the two of these players on one another. It's 8-6 from what I last saw on the records that I pulled up. So given that he's usually used to having the download, it seems like this Joker pick is just enough unfamiliarity for it to be a little bit overwhelming to do.
Right. There's some similarities between Joker and Fox, but not enough for it to be an accurate comparison to what we
exactly. And even
what that set count makes you believe.
Right. And you know, even if like Frost, who plays at a high level, is used to going up against a top level character like this, again, there's so many different ways that talented players such as Felix have ways of expressing themselves with these characters that Frost just might not be acquainted with just yet. And there we go.
Nice raw up smash. Not going to kill though. Great PI. Oh, but the Arsene up air is going to be killing. Great way to punish that landing, or the attempted landing, I should say. But that nair, very close to killing as well. Frost going up and deep. Not going to kill just yet though.
That's right, not just yet. Waiting on the neutral get-up, but instead gets met with the get-up attack. And now at 151, Felix is going to be on the ropes for his third stock. And there you go. Run up in F2 is going to be just what Frost needs to tie up the stock count. But 22% is definitely a doable comeback as well, as he's pulling out in front ever so slightly with every given neutral exchange.
Boy's knockback and damage output is absolutely absurd right now. But hey, Arsene gives the same rough to the Joker with literally every single one of their attacks.
Oh yeah, I gotta say so as well. It's definitely something good to call out.
Right. Oh, but the Blazer goes through the platform, with a little bit of extra damage on it, and that Arsene expires a little bit quicker than expected because of that.
That's right. And here we go. That forward air is going to be landing. It's going to be the soft hit. Tries to apply some pressure on the shield with jabs, and we're seeing that multiple times over. Got the dash attack to push Frost off stage, but it's met with an up to get back onto the stage. And now our neutral's been reset. Both of them are on the main platform right now. We're going to get a little bit of gun pressure from a safe distance from Felix, but we got our Jared. No confirm on that stock yet, as it was from center stage. You can see him dangling on the ledge a little bit to delay his recovery. Gonna see that once again. Oh, gets a little bit of a mix-up in there with the AHA. Very smart maneuvers here, but Frost is gonna be the wiser and put that shield up just in time.
Yep, and this is a very big situation here. A grab, I love that. The grab release off of a couple pummels to prevent the Arsene from coming out. Good,
That was good.
well scouted from Frost.
That was a very nice maneuver there.
And see, that's why you're scared of the Arsene. Oh! Another good call out from Frost. Frost, I think, has the download right now.
Yeah, it definitely seems to have exactly that.
Up smash.
There we
kill.
go.
Great whiff punish.
Yeah, nice finisher.
Our boy. Roy's our boy.
Roy's our boy, man, at 152% and climbing, but a forward air is going to, or a forward throw, I apologize, is going to be coming out as opposed to a down throw like I would have actually expected. So Felix is going to be not closing up this dog just yet. And here we go. I believe it's going to be coming out right now. No? I believe down
nice
throw
early
with
blazer.
There we
Oh,
go.
that F
Waiting
tilt's gonna
out.
kill.
Yeah, waiting out the neutral get up with that F tilt, and that's going to be tying
Speaking
up
of
the
waiting.
stock champion. Yeah, waiting out the Arsene a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, and the forward are gonna take him down to a below half. F tilt takes him down even lower still. And Arsene meter is nearly gone. Only 45% was taken off that. That was a good burnout from Frost. But now comes the hard part, taking the game.
Yeah, taking the game is going to be where the real challenge comes from, because Frost is definitely not going to let this 3-1 win come easily, it looks like.
The back here is so potent. Not going to be killing just yet, though, but Felix is at the ledge. Yep, one good ledge trap, and it's over.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be closing it out right there.
Yes, sir. But this is Felix counter pick, and they have a ton of characters that Frost might not be ready for. They either let it rock with the Joker, or they're going to throw something else at the board and see if it sticks.
Yep, and that's what's going to be important right now is to see what sticks, or I guess what works the best here for Felix, because this could... I mean, this has been a great Joker that we've seen tonight from him, not just in this set, but just overall tonight. But whether or not he's going to stick with something that seems to have been working out pretty well, or something that he knows to work for him always, that be his main. But it seems like the Joker pick is going to be a consistent one throughout the night as we run it back to Game 5 for this set.
And
Frost is going to get
thirsty.
some... Yeah, Frost is trying to get that... get some water, looks like. Yeah, nice.
Hey, man, you know, your brain's got to be aching after thinking this hard. Trust me, I've been there. You gotta stay hydrated
plays.
when you're gaming.
Big brain plays right now for sure. That's right. There's some big brain play going on, so Frost needs to get that hydration in for sure.
True, but the thing is, if he gets second, he pays for that drink with his winnings.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Long term here. Thinking long term.
I don't know what payout is. I'm assuming it's top 3.
Yes, it is top 3. So right now they're all guaranteed some payout.
Okay.
Right, but right now it is going to be top 3 payout. Moving into Game 5. Same character picks for the both of these two here. So this is going to be coming down to who's learned the most in these 5 games. That's what this is going to be make or break for both of these two right now.
Yes, sir. And now this is where it all comes down to. I don't think either one of these players has more momentum than the other, especially after the break. I think the I don't know. I don't know who to give the advantage to. I really want to say Frost, but Felix has been doing just enough really crucial, important, good stuff to, you know, keep my interest a little bit.
Right. Yeah, he's
And
definitely
again,
been someone to keep an eye on throughout this entire tournament, I gotta say.
Oh, I mean, the entire past couple months. And there's the down air, giving Felix a huge lead and about 3/4 of an Arsene meter to work with.
Yeah, really strong start to this last game here. And Arsene is still going to be active. He's getting a Tetrakarn, almost getting an AHOB, but definitely does get a forward tilt for some additional damage. And up to 95% Felix goes, but still piling on this percent, not wasting any time in this stock event.
Yeah, and again, this is a deficit for Frost, but Frost can bring this back like nobody else.
That's correct.
This man does not get rattled whenever he's at a deficit.
Yeah, that is definitely something that we have not been seeing. Very, very strong determination here coming out from him.
Yeah, the resolve to win can turn the tide of any match. Frost has it in spades.
Definitely
Right
does
now,
have
this
that.
unrelenting pressure from Felix is a little bit too much, and we see the hand slap. I definitely think Frost is starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah, Frost is starting to get in a little bit of a disadvantageous mindset as 2 stocks are in favor of Felix. He still seems dead set on closing it out as we land a solid parry in the F tilt, and Frost is starting to get back into this game, if only ever so. He's starting to make those steps, you know what I mean? And that 1 stock is going to be a big step forward.
Right, and once he takes a step, he starts striding in just a second as we see a 50% combo coming out.
Yeah, very, very solid percentage here.
Right, already at 72, but this is Arsene on deck. Frost needs to play super careful if they want to have a better chance of winning this thing. Like treading on eggshells here.
Yeah, every percent is going to be counting. And every percent is going to count for Felix too, as this Arsene is halfway through its run. Here we go, down throw into up air. Almost gets another up air.
Frost parried the first hit of that down air. Not the second though, and they're still going to get hit for a lot of damage. This is tournament stock for both of these players. Winner advances to grand finals and plays against Schroeder. Loser falls out at 3rd place.
That's right, so this is going to be make or break for the both of them here. Felix is trying to get an up air string going, but is unable to do so right now. Getting a little bit of gun pressure from a distance, tries to read the roll option, but doesn't quite do so with the right timing. And Frost is still going to be keeping himself in at 118%.
Dude, this is so tense, but hey, I mean, if Frost wants to win this, barring an early kill, they need to get through at least 1 Arsene. And that is the scariest part of the situation he's in right now.
Yeah, that is quite
and the thing is,
predicament speed.
Felix can just stall until they get there.
That's right. Here we go. Excellent dash attack here from Felix, putting Frost off stage. Will he be able to get back on? Neutral get up into shield is going to be what he needs to get back onto the stage at 151%. Parries the first hit of down air, only to be met with the second hit into up air to close out the set at game 5. And Felix on the Joker pick, tried and true for the night, is going to be taking him into grand finals to run it back against Schroeder Ahmed.
Dog, ain't nobody ready for that that option. The second down air hit is so, it's such a, I don't want to say it's something people don't think about, but it's something you're not often ready for. And
Right.
yeah, dude, I mean, we saw a little glimpse of what it could do early on, but you know, when it mattered most, it came out yet again. And we're gonna have a battle of the yellow-clad men going at it. This is gonna be Schroeder Ahmed versus Felix. Grand finals here at Tier Smash number 12. Will the undefeated reign continue for Felix, or will, or for Schroeder rather, or will Felix be the one to finally put an end to his domination?
Oh my goodness, but so far it's already up to a drastic start here in favor of Schroeder Ahmed, as we're going to the grand finals, like you said, in uniform with the yellow alts, but that percent is starting to climb for the both of these two players, as Arsene is out to bring back that marginal percentage that Schroeder Ahmed established at the beginning of the match. But we got our side B connection, but the confirm falls through for the first time tonight, from what I can recall. I mean, I haven't seen that drop whatsoever from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you, but hey, it could be just nerves, could be a little bit of slop because Schroeder has been playing. Doesn't matter. Dragon Punch is there to answer all your problems.
That's what it's looking like right now.
All right, oh, and there it is.
Go.
The Rage Drive, giving it Arsene for free. However, a ton of damage to boot.
Yeah, bringing him up to 62% and climbing. And now we got him recovering back onto the stage, getting an egg-on connection for that additional percentage. Good job running up onto the shield with a grab and gets a raw back air to tie up the stock count at a 62% deficit, but it is looking to be pretty doable for Felix.
Nice little tilt cancel. Not going for the 10-hit combo, going instead for the 3. A little trade going into an interesting interaction there. And again, the hit stun that Electric Wind God Fist puts on you is so weird. It is super hard to hit that tech, and the fact that Felix left that untacked led to a big punish from Schroeder, and now we see a almost full stock lead coming in for Schroeder.
Yeah, really good lead from here. Off to a great start in this grand final set, and there we go. Got a solid string, but it falls through, falls up with a down throw, misses the dash attack, but is still applying on that pressure at a drastic pace.
And Schroeder almost has rage on deck, and there it is. Okay, good stall, but yeah, burnt all of their resources. Felix babysitting the ledge like that definitely paid off. Did its work. And now it's almost an even game again.
That's right. Oh, a little bit of a trade there. Good parry. And we're still starting to feel like this neutral a little bit. We're poking in on each other ever so slightly. Some big move coming out here from Schroeder trying to fish for some confirms as well.
Problem is he whipped all of them.
Yeah, he's trying to go for some confirms right now, but they're not quite coming in on this last stock for both of these players.
Schroeder trying to lay anything. Rage is back. Goes super deep and is able to avoid any punishment from Felix. I think a Rage Driver at this point will kill.
I'm starting to think that as well, yeah.
There it is!
Check it out. There it is, and there's the confirm on the KO, just like we predicted.
You're on point on that one. Actually, Taco, don't give yourself all my credit, man.
Nah, all right, I'll let you have it. I was like, I did see the rage, and I was like, seems about right, yeah. Joker's light enough. But yeah, you definitely made a good call on that one because Kazuya has all the kill confirms. Let's be honest, dude. Kazuya has all the kill confirms that there is to get.
Yeah, some of the most potent in the entire game.
That's right. Running it back here on PS2. Going to be getting the exact same matchup, but we're going to see if there's any sort of adaptation from either one of these players that either Felix could do to bring this one back and bring back the stock, the game count, or if Schroeder can optimize this repeat even further.
Yeah, honestly, the question right now is Schroeder. I haven't seen anybody with the answer, and he's just putting more questions into this big question that is Schroeder, throwing in the Kazuya these past couple of weeks. But hey, a downer up smash going to be killing super early from Felix.
Yeah, solid confirm on that stock. Now Felix is going to be pulling out in front with this one stock lead, landing 2 Agons in a row, piling on the percentage all the way up to 38 and climbing. And Schroeder's definitely starting to look on the ropes for the second stock as Arsene is still out for a couple of seconds here to still do some numbers.
Yeah, just as you see that, kind of snapped. And I think Felix is a little pissed off right now.
Now, yeah, Felix is definitely making a lot of, like I mentioned at the beginning, some adaptations, which is great to see on his part as well. Making this comeback from losers and also making this run back from earlier in the match tonight, or early in the tournament tonight. So there's been plenty of notes that Felix is more likely than not taking against this particular matchup.
Yeah, oh, there it is, the Rage Drive again. But a little bit late this time. It's going to be taking out that first stock finally for Felix. But again, one little combo string can deal about anywhere from 30 to 60%. And this is 3/4 of the way to Arsene.
That's right, it's starting to creep up on him here. And there we go, awesome up smash to close out this stock once again. But it seems like, yeah, it's starting to look like Schroeder's doing a lot more catch-up this time around on this last stock. Down to 69%. Very comedic number, I must say, but it's starting to look like Schroeder is dead set on bringing that percent up even higher. But at the same time, Felix is landing a couple of solid throws as well, keeping Schroeder at the ledge on this last stock and punishing just about every single get-up option except for that F-smash there, where Schroeder has reestablished his speed control here and is going to try to run with it a little bit more.
Right now, Felix has been playing super well, and they've been using a lot of Arsene incredibly well. They've been using the EHA to really get the Aegon to get a lot of damage up super quickly, and then really punishing Schroeder whenever they try to approach. This is why it is good to have a lead against characters that are super close quarters oriented.
Yeah.
They have to be approaching you And Felix made it really difficult that entire game. That up smash, taking the stock after the jump from ledge. It is 1 apiece right now in grands.
That was good. That was really good, actually. And yeah, I mean, it's just it's always nice to see that too. Especially when you're seeing a run back like this, like later within the bracket, just to see you know, those notes being taken. Even if you can't exactly tell what those notes are, you can tell that there's some work being done on their end in terms of optimizing their gameplay in their favor.
Right. And you know, I think right now the fast tempo is exactly what Felix needs to be able to punish this menace of Kazuya. Look, Kazuya is a heavy lad. He gets comboed a lot, but on top of that, he has a hard time approaching characters with projectiles and disjoints in general. And Felix is playing a character that has all 3: mobility, projectile, and disjoints. Albeit not the biggest disjoints of the game, but they are disjoints nonetheless. And when that Arsene comes out, it becomes very, very difficult for Schroeder to be able to approach at all.
We got our back throw. 109%. The rage is going to be coming out, but an Aeronauts trying to avoid the gun is going to be costing the first stock as the very comedic number makes its reappearance in this game 3, if only for a moment, to be met with a down throw. And we're going to see a down smash to follow up on the platform. No follow-up to punish that, however. We're going to be seeing a forward throw to put Felix off stage at the platform. We're starting, or at the ledge, I apologize. We're going to be oh, hold on. We're finding ourselves off stage once again. And Felix is going to be at ledge, going for the get-up attack option, only to be met with a forward tilt. A very strong one at that, to tie up the stock count with only a 27% deficit. And Schroeder is looking dead set at pulling this out in front.
Yeah, Schroeder's definitely turned the tempo down a little bit. He cranked it from about a 10 all the way down to a 4, and now he's playing super patient. He's relying a lot on spacing. He is making it difficult for Felix to know exactly when he's approaching. And see, this adaptation going a very long way, because once he gets in, he stays in, gets a lot of percent up super quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to see here as well. Excellent follow-up with that forward air from Felix, getting Kazuya off stage. But with that rage drive, we're going to be seeing an 8% center stage, taking the stock and pulling out in front, albeit at 110% and with no more rage drive left to expect.
Right, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. The rage is gone, but the other rage, the ultimate exclusive rage, is here. And, you know, if he gets one solid hit, that could be a dead Felix at any percent. Right. That back air from Felix going to be killing Schroeder instead.
Here we go. Tries to go for the Dragon Punch. Not going to be able to connect it. We're going to get a punish with down air into down throw into forward air. There we go. We're going to get a solid back air in as well. Going to go for a couple of more aerials. But Schroeder is going to be keeping up on that shield and getting a couple punches out of that shield as well. It's going to be very important for him as well.
This could be anyone's game. Winner of this set either wins the tournament or forces a reset.
That's right.
Winner of this match feels even bigger, because it puts the momentum firmly in someone's corner. Look, Rage is here, but Arsene is almost here. And now, this is a battle of the comeback mechanics.
Yeah, this is what it's going to come down to. Oh, and a Makarikarn!
The reflector, baby!
The Makarikarn off stage is going to be catching Schroeder's own attempt to establish a safe ledge to recover to into a game in favor of Felix. Pulling out in front with a 2-1 lead and 1 game away from a bracket reset. Look at that. Solid finisher there from Felix.
So flashy.
Very stylish finisher.
All right, Felix up 2-1.
That's
with
right,
the Joker. This is Felix's secondary.
Right, yeah. Making one heck of a performance tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's cool that Felix has finally found a secondary that, you know, really works for them, because they've been messing around with quite a bunch of different characters over the past couple of weeks, and it really feels like the Joker just meshes. Just with Felix's gameplay in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here as well. Here we go. We got our PS2 pick once again. So far, this percent is starting to heat up. Very comedic number makes its appearance, this time on Schroeder end, if only for a little bit once again, as we start to get that percent up for both of these players. Got our strong forward tilt coming out from Schroeder. Goes for a second one, doesn't quite make a connection there. Schroeder not being too preemptive with these neutral approaches, playing it somewhat safe here. Getting back onto the stage, gets the laser, only to be met with a Rebels guard. He's making some very smart moves, but not smart enough to keep that stock lead. As Schroeder gets the 1-2-3 and gets the 1 stock lead.
Hey man, it's just like Mike Tyson said, everyone's got to play until they get punched in the face.
Exactly.
You know, all these moves happen smart for Felix. The smackdown is being laid by Schroeder. Oh! I love that. Yep. Why not? Why not?
Why
you already
not?
have the
No
lead.
reason not to.
Make it more.
No reason not to there. We're going to see this last stock situation for Felix. The tables have definitely turned thanks to a drastic measure taken from Schroeder. And that percent is climbing, 95% already on the board, and Arsene is out here just in time to try and make a comeback for this, what could be the game that gets a bracket reset for Felix if it plays out optimally. But it is definitely not going to come easy. At 114%, Felix is on the ropes for this game.
And this ain't just anybody. This is Schroeder. You got to take those 2 stocks from. No, you're going to get a boot right through your chest. And we're going to a Game 5 situation here in Grands. Now, the only person to take a set from our main man Schroeder in Grands, ever since Pure Smash came back, in 12 Pure Smashes, the one person to take a set was Krupp. That was a couple weeks ago.
That's right. Yeah, that was a little bit of a while ago, so we have yet to have someone really top that performance yet. But we could be on the verge of that once again, as Game 5 is upon us. 1 game away from a bracket reset. Yeah, go ahead.
Another first here is that we haven't seen anyone drop a set to the Kazuya yet.
That's right.
Or we haven't seen Schroeder drop a set using the Kazuya rather.
Yeah, hasn't dropped a set yet on the Kaz pick, but we could be 1 game away from that, or we could be 1 game away from curtains for this Pure Smash number 12 tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, oh, the second downer doesn't come out. Instead, it's going to send out. Nice catch off the side beat with an F smash. Felix looking to end it now. They do.
Nice stuff.
Felix is pretty ahead right now. Arsene is here, and Schroeder's just looking to hide and shield, play defensive, and then lead it out. Meanwhile, Felix is just hopping around having a merry old time.
Here we go at 102%. The Arsene is going to be leading. At 121, Felix is going to be definitely on the ropes for this 3rd stock, but still does have the advantage state and wants to try and make a count. Gets tripped, but rolls out just in time to avoid a confirm. Good job being patient on the follow. Doesn't do anything too hasty to get himself punished, but a forward tilt once again from Schroeder is going to be tying up the stock count, but that percent still has a little bit of a ways to go.
Yeah, man, and you know, Felix definitely doing their work right now. 84% all the way up on Schroeder right now. Schroeder's just not been able to get in very well this game, and this is looking very convincing for a Game 5.
Yeah, there is still some work that needs to be done on this percentage. Oh, but we got the
Ooh! Hold up, chat.
Let's do it. Schroeder's putting it all on the table. 1 more stock before the tournament ends or the tournament bracket resets in grand finals. This is going to be a momentous stock coming up next, as even Arsene is going to get a part in this. At 74%, it's going to be coming out, and now Felix is going to be pulling out all the stops to try and take this one into a reset.
Felix needs to stop and breathe right now. Like, you're getting hit around like a rag doll, and you haven't been able to do anything. But, you know, you tried to push advantage too much, and Schroeder lives for that stuff. The switch here with the command grab to take that stock, to get the trade with Schroeder all the way at the back end was super good for Schroeder's momentum, and it made Felix feel like they had to play super aggressively and up close. That was the damage it did, and it took its toll there right at the end. Schroeder wins another Pure Smash number 12, and that Kazuya remains undefeated.
That's right. The undefeated Kazuya walks away once again. I need to ask him after this, because I'm trying to think, like, how many tournaments has he won on this Kazuya? I'm starting to wonder now.
A lot.
Yeah, but of course there are more tournaments to come.
That's going to do it for us tonight at Pure Smash number 12. However, this weekend we got a party in store for y'all. We got Arizona Smash, the finale of the AZSL coming up. This is your top 8 Schroeder, Felix amongst them as well. So these are your champions going in this weekend. Everyone starts from the winner's bracket. Event starts on Sunday, August 15th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on SAK Gaming TV on twitch.tv. Make sure you watch it. And if you've missed all the player interviews, why don't you check out our YouTube channel as well, where all the player interviews for these 8 individuals are up and ready to be viewed at your leisure.
That's right.
That's not all, chat. Coming in October, we got Ascension.
Yep, we got Ascension on October 23rd. The biggest Southwest Smash Regional is going to be returning on October 23rd in downtown Phoenix. And you know what? We haven't had any regionals officially in quite some time. So it's going to be great to have this one back in action. And I guarantee we're going to be reestablishing that spot. And I'm going to be there. I'll tell you that. And you can be there too, as signups are open as of today. So be sure to get yourself in for that. And let's go and have a brief look at some highlights for what we got in for tonight, because we got some great stuff to look forward to these next couple of weeks for the Smash scene. But even tonight, if you have a look here, we had some great content that we got to take part of, and I'm glad you joined me for this, Laird.
Hey man, I like being here, being able to commentate some of the best players, some of the wackiest players as well in the world. From the comfort of my own home in Pennsylvania, and the great reception I've gotten from everyone out there in the Southwest. I really appreciate it. You guys are sick. Wouldn't do it for anyone else. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great to have you on tonight, and honestly, all the talent that we got tonight, it's great to see them as well. I mean, like Rensley, I know was missing in action for maybe like a week or two, so it was great to see him as well. And also this Schroeder win streak on the Kazuya has been always a fun thing to sit down and watch. I mean, look at all these plays that we got from him alone. And of course, I mean, hey, you know what? Let's shout it out one more time. That Joker pick from Felix is definitely shaping up. I know I had seen the Joker pick before, but it seems like since I last saw it, it's shaped up quite a bit.
If Felix continues with that Joker into this weekend for AZSL, we could be looking at a genuine threat for everyone else in the scene.
I'm thinking so as well. It could even be possible that he's shaping up this Joker just in time for what you're bringing up there for AZSL.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of AZSL, stay tuned. Take a look at the SAK Gaming Twitter account, because we got some pretty exciting announcements. I'm not allowed to spoil anything. Not that I would want to anyway, but it's kind of sick. We got some surprises in store for you guys, so look forward to it.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of stuff to look forward to for the Arizona Smash scene. And of course, I mean, like even like on small events like this, be sure to stay tuned. As like you saw tonight, there's some great plays and some great players to look forward to every time you tune in. So if you haven't dropped the follow already, be sure to do so and keep up with us for all the latest.
All right, yeah, that Sedge was sick from Yamada. Yeah, Yamada's
nice.
Insane.
Yeah, great plays from everyone, man. Look at that. Oh, pushed him off the ledge after a shield break, man. Cracked. Absolutely.
So I'm actually kind of interested to see how the finale goes this weekend. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Krupp back in action against Schroeder or Felix, because Krupp, one of the few people who I've seen pose a genuine, without question, threat to Schroeder. So getting to see them this weekend, that's something to look forward to. That's gonna be a Clash of the Titans, I think.
Yeah, that would definitely be great to see.
We're gonna need to wait for a little bit though, a couple days. Make sure you join us here on August 15th, this Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's gonna be a hype event. I don't know what else to say. You gotta show up, or you're gonna be missing out on some action. But
you gotta be there for it, man. Absolutely.
That's gonna do it for us tonight.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us tonight. So once again, this has been Talk Waffle and
Laird. So
Laird, there you go.
At the right below.
Drop one for me too.
I'll be back for next Wednesday, and I'll be here for this Sunday. But other than that, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So see how everything works out. I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully everything works out for you, man. Great commentator. Great to have you on. So hopefully you'll find yourself a lot of new opportunities after this as well. But hey, for tonight, that'll be all from the both of us. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you all on Sunday. Have a great one.
Have a good night, everybody.